Stage 5 of the Tour of Britain, from West Bridgford to Mansfield, 186.8 undulating kilometres, 1600 metres of elevation, 2 categorised climbs and 3 intermediate sprints. The second time in a few years we've been to Mansfield, this stage taking place entirely in the county of Nottinghamshire, which is why we saw a lot of green hats. It was Robin Hood country. The first rider that went clear, representing Ribble Weltite, was Zeb Kiffin. He was quickly joined by Joel Nicolau of Caja Rural. Also in the mix, Matthew Teggart, the sprints leader for With Sungod, and also there for Team Quebecer. The best placed rider in the move was Alessandro Iacchi, who started the day only 28 seconds behind our new race leader, Serrano of Movistar, there in the red. And it was Movistar who set the pace behind. The lead for our 4 riders out front maxed out at around 5.5 minutes. On to the first intermediate sprint of the day, and it was the Irishman Teggart who bolstered his lead in the intermediate sprints classification. The man in white finishing just in front of the Italian Iacchi, who stole a valuable 2-second time bonus. Meanwhile, the Ineos Grenadiers also added firepower to the chase behind, and on to sprint number 2. Again, it was the Irishman Teggart finishing in front of Iacchi, and this saw the Italian move into the top 10 overall. Now, with 45 kilometres to go, the cohesion from the breakaway started to fragment, and 2 riders went clear. Zeb Kiffin and Joel Nicolau left the other 2 behind, and again built up a lead that approached 2 minutes as they headed towards the final climb of the day. With more points on offer out on the road, the Bingo Powell Sources team sent Mateusz Paschkins up the road. The leader of the green jersey KOM classification finished just in front of Jacob Scott. A 1-second lead for the Dutchman. The 2 then continued on, and it was the Dutchman who took a valuable 1-second time bonus on the final intermediate sprint of the day. That left our 2 leaders still out in front, working hard together, Kiffin and Nicolau relaying well and holding steady at about 1.5 minutes. But towards the end, with 12 Ks to go, they only had a handful of seconds. The rain had just started to fall on the outskirts of Mansfield. There was a last gasp roll of the dice by the English rider to try and break clear of his Spanish counterpart. But eventually, though, it was a big handshake, a sporting gesture all round, and a good day out in front for Kiffin and Nicolau. The bunch then thundered towards the finish in Mansfield with 2 Ks to go. It was the Austrian champion. Felix Grosshartner who led the chase. Then with a couple of Ks to go, it was also the Ineos Grenadiers. But then there was disaster. A couple of riders went the wrong side of the barriers, splitting the peloton in 2. We were still left with a reduced bunch sprint. And in the end, it was Sam Watson leading out, but thundering through the centre was Jordi Meus of Bora Hansgrohe, who took the win ahead of a fast-finishing Stanislav Anielowski, the first win of the year for the Belgian, and closely followed in 3rd place by Tom Pidcock. But delight all round for Bora Hansgrohe, their 31st win of the year and their first win of this Tour of Britain. There it was again, the big Belgian taking the win by half a length from a fast finishing pole just on the inside, and Losky taking 2nd. But there is Tom Pidcock just edging out Sam Watson for 3rd. So Meus took the win ahead of Anielowski, Pidcock, Watson, Van Pook, Parisini, Maricelli, Fiorelli, Strong and Jim Brown. Still in red was Gonzalo Serrano. So the overall general classification heading into stage 6, Gonzalo Serrano still leads this race, but his lead has been cut to just 3 seconds to Tom Pidcock. Then we have Freile, Perry, Tierns, Strong, Passions, Stewart, Sheffield, and then moving up into the top 10, Alessandro Iacchi.